And a happy weekend Friday to you and all of you out there. It's the big man, Danny Boy Reginald, with you alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Bill Corpus Crispy. What's up,
What's
bro?
up, brother?
Ain't nothing much, man. How you feeling on this Friday?
I'm in a pretty damn good mood.
I'm in a pretty damn good mood too, and we will talk about why in a second. Um,
Oh, yes, we will.
Football Friday. We'll get to all the football stuff later on the show. Um, look, the Jets are already dead, so there's nothing to preview there. Um, Bill raining on my funeral. It's all good. They have the Cowboys this week, which I know it's gonna be a disaster. Um,
Are you and Marco Olafsky Alper going to be going at it?
yeah, we plan to. I think we're thinking about watching the game at least. Going at each other's throats. Um,
Maybe I'll drop in.
sure.
I'll probably
I
be
don't
having the
mind.
Giant game on, but
Yeah, sure, why not?
I just
At
want.
least they have something going, They have the
Yeah,
Saints.
we'll get to football in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a bit. But first, we start off with America's pastime, baseball. MLB Wild Card Week has commenced. It is past, and um, our lucky winners were the Cubbies and the Tigers and the Yankees. Oh boy. And the Dodgers, obviously. Dodgers we knew were locked. Um, but of course, me and Billy Boy are pretty excited about our team. Finally beating the absolutely hated Red Sox and finally getting rid of that clown himself, Mr. Alec Cora, who continues, even in game one, continues to outmanage Boone. This time, though, it was the exact opposite. So we were pretty excited about that and stuff. We have a lot more on Bombers banter. We'll preview the Jays series in Toronto. That's coming up shortly after this show.
Yeah, we're giving you a double header today, folks.
Exactly. Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. We haven't done this in a while, so
Yeah,
um,
mainly because I we were gonna do this today and Bombers banner tomorrow, but I gotta do something tomorrow because
hmm.
I'm a busy man.
Yeah, we're all busy. We all have lives, so you'll get a double dose of us. Uh,
Yes. So you're getting a double dose of us today. And isn't that great?
oh, it's off. It's
Reg
amazing.
Reggie has to put up with me twice today.
Okay, not the only time. But yeah, so MLB wild card, we did have games on Thursday. The Dodgers, like I said, were they already done. That was an easy series. The Reds are terrible.
That's
Uh,
actually why the Yankee game was moved to 8 o'clock.
yeah, exactly, because otherwise it would have been at 6 o'clock. I can't I just couldn't handle another 6 o'clock matchup. But I guess I could, I can't, I don't know. But in any case.
Why
Um
can't you have a 6 o'clock matchup?
Well, I don't know. For playoff games, I would much rather during the week. I would much rather like at 8 o'clock. I like the 8 o'clock nighttime starts. The only time it should be during the day or at 6 o'clock is on the weekend, so that people could watch and still have a nice Saturday night. You know, but in any case, Thursday schedule. I told you about the Cubs, Padres. Cubs on top of that, 3-1. Out in Wrigley Field. Padres season comes to an end. The two runs coming in the second inning for the Cubs. Um, that was the difference in the game. And then, of course, adding on Bush homered in the seventh inning to add on to the league. Um, and nothing much from the Padres, only offense coming from a home run from Merrill. So in the ninth inning, so the Cubs pretty much dominated. Um, in this game, and nowhere to be found with the Padres. And then of course you have the Cleveland Guardians facing the Tigers, Billy Boy. And it was the Guardians' six inning home run by Dylan Dingler that made the difference. And then of course the 4-run seventh inning, um, the Paris single to um break the game open. And that's how the Tigers move on to the American League Division Series. They'll be facing the Seattle Mariners. And then there's our team.
But first, I want to say, dude, have the Cleveland Guardians been exposed?
Yeah. Look and
They've
look
been
and
exposed.
look. That Central Division is terrible. I'm calling it like it is. The Tigers didn't even run away with it. That's how bad they were. So it's no disrespect to Cleveland. They had a tremendous run at the end. Um, but reality situation is the Tigers had a better game plan. Obviously they had experience on their side with manager AJ Hinch, and they were able to make big plays. The Guardians were a little quiet in game three. They were quiet. That was the bottom line. But you know what? But you know what was bigger though? What was bigger was that game one where Tarek Schoolboy, I think he had like something outrageous. He had like 13 strikeouts or whatever. Um, and I think he went into the eighth inning, if not going 8 innings. I forget his line, but it's something outrageous. That performance by Tarek Skubal was the difference maker, if you really think about it, because the the Guardians, of course, they try to make it come a rally in that game, but did nothing. So, um, in any case, that was huge for the Tigers, and then of course, game three happened. So you just never know in baseball, dude.
You never know.
Yeah. Just like we didn't know anything after game one of our game, our series, Phil.
Yes.
We had no clue. Uh,
Game one, I was ready to have a nervous breakdown.
yeah. And again, for a little bit, it showed why Aaron Boone, um, was again not ready for the moment and getting clowned once again by Cora. I'm sick and tired. I was sick and tired. I watched that game. I was like, I am so pissed that once again Alex Cora got to Boone again in a one-on-one managerial matchup because that's what game one was. It was a
Because
one managerial matchup.
did you know what the problem was in game one? Freed goes 6 2/3.
Right.
Max Freed goes 6 2/3. And what happened? And Boone takes him out. Boone managing again.
Hmm.
Like I'm like thinking, seriously, come on, Freed is pitching good right now.
Yeah, he was pitching a gem. He was pitching a gem.
Freed was pitching a gem last night, and then
Game one.
slip. But and I'm like thinking, Boone does not know because in this series we have to admit the pitching was good.
Yeah, very good.
Starting bullpen.
Hmm. Well, Weaver was terrible, but it's fine. Like, it is what it is. Weaver's no longer the circle of trust anything. But yeah, no, we had good outing for Freed, and then he takes him out for Weaver. Weaver obviously gives up the lead in the seventh, and then that was it. That was the ball game. Bednar gives up one in the ninth. Yankees, they had a rally. They loaded the bases with three straight singles. And then, of course, Chapman closes the door in game one. Game two was interesting because Rodon started. Rodon wasn't amazing, but he did good enough, right? Um, we were thinking like at some point the Yankees got to get to the Red Sox pitching. Like the Red Sox pitching has been a massive problem for the Yankees all season. So, and they had one of their best relievers in Garrett Whitlock in there. We're like, we gotta get to these people at some point, right? Uh,
Yep.
and we got to them. We got to them finally. Finally, we got to them. Um, and we took the lead in the eighth inning on Austin Wells single. Um, Jazz Chisholm scoring first to third. Um he was speeding around those bases. Like he was like, I'm going home. I'm scoring. So good job by the Yankees to get that win. Um, but then of course we have game three, and then game three was just a masterful performance by Cam Schlittler, who goes eight shutout, and Boston untouchable. They can't touch Cam Schlittler. It was amazing to watch. Yankees get to Connolly early in the fourth inning. Wasn't necessarily his fault. The defense kind of let him down, but Yankees score 4 runs. And again, because Schlittler was just so amazing, we didn't have to really use the bullpen. Bednar comes in, closes the door. Yankees move on, baby.
There we go. Schlittler is
Yeah,
the man.
yeah. I
Mr.
was kind
Schlittler, you are the king of New York for now.
yeah, I was kind of shocked that he gave that start though, because of course, he's a rookie. We don't know what we're getting out of this guy, right? Like
Right.
that's sort of my thought process is I have no idea what I'm getting out of this guy. If he gives me like goes into the sixth, so like maybe at least five and a third, five and two thirds, or maybe six full innings, and maybe 2 runs, I would have been cool with that. Bill would have been okay with that. I'm certainly okay with that. Um, because he did his job, and then you leave it up to the bullpen. This guy doesn't give up a run.
He only
That's
gave up 5 hits
pretty
yesterday.
solid. Huh?
He
Yeah,
gave up like
and like
5 hits
12 strikeouts.
That
Um,
guy was
Lights
a
out.
beast, basically.
Definitely up there with like an Andy Pettit game five starting pitching in the World Series. Clemens against the Mariners and all that stuff. So like it's definitely up there in like one of the best Yankee postseason starts ever, which is
But
pretty dope. Like you have to admit, Bill, like that was pretty rock solid for a winner take all do or die game. That was pretty awesome to watch from Cam Sutler.
bro, virtual fist bump
Virtual fist bump.
because we were over screen. But dude, that was amazing. Schlittler is the man right now. Like I
Yeah.
said, congratulations, Cam Schlittler. You are now king of New York
Yeah.
until you screw it up, and then we put you on a boat, push you in the middle of the Hudson River, and you're on your own.
Yeah, but let's not think about that right now because he saved our season.
Yeah, he did save our season, so I give him credit now. But
Yeah.
that's what always happens, though, Reg. When they screw up, we got to put them on a boat, push them in the middle of the Hudson, and you're on your own.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
We've
Uh
we've had to do that a few times.
yeah.
Reg, we got to hide the bodies in a better place, though.
Exactly. Oh man. Do you dump him? You talk about dumping them in the river. Do you also dig a grave? Like you
Dig
like
a
dig
hole,
over the
dig a hole,
woods?
dig a hole. Okay, guys, I just want to. We're kidding. We don't. Do we look like we dig holes?
Please, I am not a man of labor. I push buttons, I press buttons for a living.
I
You
push. I send emails and make phone calls. We,
Oh
we
God.
we don't do that. We
Oh
anyone who does, we commend you. But
God.
remember from the dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole.
Yeah, no, if I ever had some type of manual labor, I'm singing the hi ho from the Snow White. Not
Hi ho, hi ho. We can't sing that because it's heavily copyrighted. So yeah,
yeah.
no.
But look, the bottom line is great start from Schlittler. Um, Excellent by Aaron Boone to finally use his gut. Again, we're gonna go through all this stuff later, and stuff. But finally, Yankees were able to come through and beat the Red Sox in the playoffs. First time in 20 years, 22 years, whatever it is, that the Yankees beat the Red Sox in a playoff series. And again, I was just sick and tired of being clowned in the playoffs by the Red Sox. You know, beat them. Let's move on and um, you know, get that monkey off the back. And now we're in good position. We have the Toronto Blue Jays. Um, and we have a
Yeah,
bunch.
we'll talk more about that on Bombers Banter when we're done
Yeah,
here.
exactly. And we have a bunch of Saturday games. Because that's where it is. It'll be on Saturday. The Yankees play at 4 o'clock. Um, The Cubs and Brewers play at 2 o'clock. Dodgers, Phillies play at 6:30, and then the Tigers, Mariners are at 8:30. So, full slate of games on Saturday, and then of course the Yankees are back, right back into it on Sunday. Again, 4 o'clock start for the Yankees. So, can't wait for this weekend of baseball. Is going to be massive, massive, massive.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be at my girlfriend's tomorrow, whose family are Met fans, and her dad, who hates the Yankees, because for those who don't know, yesterday was actually my girlfriend Sam's birthday. So happy birthday, babe! Can't wait to celebrate with you tomorrow. Um, and her dad hates the Yankees. He's a huge Met fan. So okay, Reggie, should I bust his chops a little bit or just
Well, if you want to,
because
I've been sort of taking the quiet approach, unless it's Rifkin and Olap's guy. But
because that's different. You know, Rifkin and Olaf are our friends. Like this is my girlfriend's father, so I'm dating his daughter.
I mean, it's up to you.
I
I'll
feel like I
say
wanted to
that.
go like,
I'm
hey,
sure I am
Mr.
very
Black, what time the
positive.
Mets playing today?
I am very positive that he will not take offense to that, or he
He might
maybe
get a good chuckle out of it.
maybe he will, but he'll. But that it's more not because of you. It's because the Mets are just terrible.
So I want to go up to him tomorrow and go, so Mr. Black, Mr. Black, what time the Mets playing today?
Ouch. But the thing
And
is, don't spoil it now because you could be watching and you'd be like,
I don't know. He doesn't know this podcast exists.
"Oh, never mind." Okay.
Well, she knows his podcast exists, so that might be a
Uh,
different story.
yeah.
And in about 5 seconds, I'm going to be getting an angry text from her. No, I won't. I won't. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh
But
man.
no, but no.
Of
Texted me the other night and telling me that her dad was rooting for the Red Sox.
course. Every Met fan was. Every Met fan in my life certainly was because the Met fans are obviously sick and tired of Yankee fans dancing around the Met grave and everything. Um, but not so fast, Met fans. You still got to suffer through another series, and this time it's 5 games, so it's gonna be quite a bit. And this is gonna be a good series, the Blue Jays and Yankees. It's gonna be a good series. I think this is another one of those series where I think talent wise, I'm not gonna say we're evenly matched. We're right there. I think the Yankees and the Blue Jays are right there next to each other. Um,
I think this is going to be a good series.
yeah, I don't know if it goes to distance, but I hope it goes to distance. Like I want that challenge.
I think it goes the distance.
We'll talk more about that in Bombers, man.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so playoff baseball is here, buddy.
Yeah, We're so excited for it. Full games, full slate of games on Saturday, and then just another thing from um the Cubs Padres real quick. Did you see that Bogart strikeout?
No, I did not.
I gotta show you, man. It is fucking wild. Uh, Bill. This is unbelievable. This is courtesy of MLB and ESPN.
The 3-2 for
This, not even close.
DJ Rayburn just bailed out Keller, and Bogarts knows it.
Look at where this pitch is. Look at where this pitch is. Not even close.
No, that was not even close.
That was horrible.
Bad call from the umpire.
And people are talking about, and look, I get it. The automatic balls and strikes, the robo umps. Oh, well, why is it not totally automated? Why can't automation make the call and everything? The ABS challenge that's coming in. I get all those concerns. It is time, Bill, to put in this new challenge system because that clearly, and look, I don't know if the Padres come back and win, but that is a massive, massive out there in that situation.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and that's part of the problem. I don't care about how the catcher framed it. That was not a strike. It was a brutal call. ABS, man, that cannot come sooner.
And listen, AI is already taking over acting. Or do they got to take over umping next?
Did you see this Tilly Norwood? I think this what
Yeah,
the
my good friend Justin Favaro, if you're watching, shout out to you, buddy boy. He sent it to me.
how outrageous is that? They created a whole type of CGI type of Hollywood actor that
Reggie, we're
portrays
next. They're
movies.
gonna replace us next.
Oh
Watch.
my God. Jesus.
AI is gonna replace us with some
Yeah,
AI podcast, and it's
exactly.
gonna be terrible.
And again, I understand the concerns with this new challenge system coming in 2026. But it is time, Bill. We have the technology. NFL's using Hawkeye technology to determine whether the ball crossed the first down marker. Like, why can't baseball have this type of automatic balls and strikes? Let's go. It's time. And next season, when it is fully implemented, I'm telling you, these umpires who are still going to be around, um, it's going to look bad for them. It's going to look real bad for them. So I thought that was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. But again, I don't know what the Padres would have done against the Cubs. All right, we move on. Baseball on Saturday, football on Sunday.
No, football Saturday too if you watch college.
Like
But
college. I mean, you want to talk about the college?
well, I know Notre Dame is going to be on against Boise State. Miami's playing Florida State. That should be a good game. Um, yeah, let's just get to the NFL. Last night in a humdinger of the ending, the Rams beat the Niners in a humdinger of an end last night.
Other way around. Niners beat the Rams.
Niners beat the Rams. Sorry, my brain is like
Yeah,
the last few days.
you're good.
Now the Niners beat the Rams 26-23 in overtime.
Yeah.
And Stafford had a good game, 30-47, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns, was sacked once. Mac Jones went 33-49, 342, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What about Mac Jones, man?
Mac attack.
He was tremendous. Like he was. He was really good. Um, 2 touchdowns on the day, and you know, just really. And look, we gave Mac Jones a lot of crap for his time in New England. But so far, as the backup and guy filling in for Brock Purdy, doing taking over this team, he's done a pretty solid job. We give him a lot of credit. You know, the Niners are 4-1. They're on top of the division. It was a big division matchup, big game, and does a great job running this team. I saw McCaffrey had a touchdown. So that was huge. He had 82 yards receiving. So all it was good for the Niners last night. It was really good. But of course, Stafford's just amazing. It's just a shame that the defense really couldn't hold the Niners away.
I could not. No, no, I agree. Like that. No, like that defense could not hold the Niners, and we were worried about the Niners because Purdy's out,
Mm,
Kittle's out, like basically half the team is out.
yeah,
Life, and it's all, yeah.
yeah. And I think Patchman was the one that said that the running game had to be near perfect for the Niners. Well, it was near perfect. You had 22 carries from McCaffrey himself, and 57 yards, but still that it's good enough to get you a solid victory. And of course, Mac Jones was just unbelievable. So yeah, give him credit, but I don't know. I was kind of shocked. I was pretty shocked that the Rams, um, uh, because they had to come back in this game, right? So I barely watched. I was focused on the Yankees last night, but yeah, man, the defense couldn't hold off, and of course the Niners were able to get that game-winning field goal in overtime, to win it. Um,
I'm going to be honest with you. I did not see much of the game, mainly because my focus was in the
yeah,
Bronx.
exactly. But still, I was still keeping up with it. We there's a lot of people who are not baseball fans in the world that watch football on Thursday night.
No, I'm a football guy too, but not.
Yeah.
But my mind was on the
All right,
Yankees.
no, it's still baseball. That's the thing. I'm
My
still in.
mind was on the Yankees last night.
Yeah.
So,
I
amongst other things. So,
think it'll be another season where baseball is in front and center, football takes a backseat. Like,
oh boy.
because that's certainly what happened last year. And then of course when the Mets made that World Series run, I know the Jets were like unbelievable. They didn't make the playoffs, but they were unbelievable. And no one was talking about the Jets all season
Because they were
until
too focused on the Mets.
because they were so focused on the Mets. Um, yeah. All right. NFL slate.
NFL slate. Okay.
This is a good match. These are some good matchups coming.
Okay. We are going to start in London calling, na 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 na. In London, in jolly old London, we got the Vikings and the Browns.
I'm gonna take Minnesota.
I am too. Hey,
Only I don't like
London.
Cleveland. I don't like Cleveland.
Yeah, Stefanski's, I think time has come.
Yeah. The big thing though is the fact that Cleveland one is making a quarterback change. Um, they're going with this kid Gabriel, the rookie. Um, but then secondly, like they don't score enough. They're not. I don't think they're that good of a team. Minnesota, at least they have weapons, and we know Carson Wentz can run an offense. So, um, I'm
Okay.
all right. Next game.
Next, the Las Vegas Raiders of Oakland and the Indianapolis Colts.
Give me the Colts, man. Look,
Oh,
they
I like
lost,
the Colts too here.
they lost last week, and look, it happens. Sometimes you just, you run into a good game. The Rams are a good team. They're better than the Raiders. The Raiders, the Raiders right now look like ass. And with the amount of talent that they have, they shouldn't be this bad.
Would you like to guess? Okay. Now, my beloved New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. Jackson Dart starting again.
Mhm.
Reggie, who do you got?
I'm going with the Giants.
I love you, Reg. I'm going with the Giants as well.
Look, and look, I want to be clear that I think the Saints really do have something going. They just haven't found that breaking point. Like, what's that one play that's going to change everything that's going to give them that win? They're close. They're close. I just think because of the Jackson Dart dynamic and the fact that the Giants defensively are just as good as the Saints are, I think the Giants are going to pull off the game.
All right. Now, the Dallas Cowboys and Reggie's beloved New York Jets.
The question for the Jets is, are we going to be doing a lot of penalty? Because that certainly was what was happening on Monday night. Because offensively, I thought Fields was fine. Obviously, Garrett Wilson was making plays on the receiving end. Uh, Good carries by Brees Hall. Um, and of course, Braylon Allen before he hurt his knee. By the way, he's out 8 to 12 weeks with the knee injury, which is rough. So, the real question is, are we going to get that offensive performance from the Jets and minimal penalties, or are we going to get a lot of penalties? Because I know one thing. There's no defense for that Jet team. So, and there's no defense on Dallas' side either. So we know for a fact that this is going to be a offensive minded game. This is the battle of the offenses, not so much a battle of the defenses. So, it's all about whether the Jets could, be disciplined enough and not have so many penalties. Cowboys are another penalized team too. So, who's going to have more penalties? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I don't trust the Jets anymore. I'm going with the
Today
Cowboys,
I'm going with Dallas.
and I think because of the experience, I think there will prevail more. So, Olap's guy, beat the Jets. It's easy.
I think Dallas is going to win, but I am not rooting for them.
No.
I in good conscience cannot root for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But and you know how far I am going in not rooting for the Cowboys? Like there was a time a couple weeks ago when me, Reggie, Mark, and Mark's kids over Zoom were watching the Giants Cowboys game. Reggie busting my chops a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I was busting both of your chops because I don't want any of y'all to win. But like,
I don't know if I could bust your chops, Reg, because I really don't want Dallas to win.
yeah. Um,
That would be like if the Giants were playing the Bills.
Yeah, no, I certainly do not want any of y'all to win that scenario. But of course, I would pick the Giants more than the Bills because one, New York, and two, I hate the Bills. You know?
And we appreciate your honesty.
Exactly. Um,
All right, Denver and Philly.
all right. This is a good game here. For you bettors out there, Philly's only getting 3.5. Or sorry, they're laying 3.5. And in Philadelphia. I think the Eagles are obviously the better team, but Denver can be pretty sneaky. So watch out, Philly. That's all I'm saying. Just watch your backs a little bit.
Okay. So who you picking, Philly?
Philly, what you got? What you got?
I'm taking Philly. God, I'm taking Dallas. I'm taking Philly. Today is not a good day in the world of Bill.
But at least you have the Giants.
At least I have the Giants. Okay. Next, the Miami Dolphins, the shit bowl game. Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers.
How about the Dolphins in back-to-back toilet bowls? Like oh, this is just awful. I'm picking the Dolphins, despite the rough injury to Tyreek Hill. I'm picking the Dolphins. There's just something about Carolina that I just don't love yet.
I'm going with Miami as well.
All right. And then the last of the 1 o'clock games, you have Houston at Baltimore. This is a get right for Baltimore here.
And like, here's the thing. I don't know if Lamar's playing Sunday.
Yeah. Do we have any update on that?
I can look right now.
Um, because if there is no Lamar, that's a problem. Yeah, the Ravens.
Ravens remain quiet on
Yeah,
Jackson's status ahead of Sunday's showdown versus Texans.
they're not saying anything right now, which is
That's scary.
that's a troubling sign. I don't like that. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Ravens though, because the Texans are terrible. That's the only reason. There should be no reason why this Baltimore team, with the amount of talent that they have, there should be no reason why they're 1-3, and they most certainly should not be 1-4. If they are 1-4, I think Baltimore, for the first time in a long time, are going to have a lot of issues to deal with.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the reality that we might be looking at. So 1 o'clock Baltimore. This is a get right situation, whether you have Lamar, whether you not don't have Lamar.
Okay, next. The Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals.
Start of the 4 o'clock games. Give me the Cardinals. The
I'm going
Cardinals.
with the Cardinals as well.
Yeah. Tampa Bay at Seattle. This is a big one. This is a good one. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay and Seattle.
Yeah, they're in Seattle.
I am going with okay, Tampa Bay and Seattle.
Yeah,
You know, call me crazy.
you're not.
I'm going Seattle.
Okay, and Seattle's a good team. Um, the Bucks defense has done a pretty solid job.
No, they have, but I don't know. There's something just telling me pick Seattle, pick Seattle.
It's the Darnold effect, you
It's
know.
the Darnold effect. And also, I just saw this. Seattle's favored by 4.5.
Yeah.
So something's calling me. I'm not betting on this game, but something's telling me Darnold's been looking good. Come on.
That Seattle offense is like pretty cool.
Detroit and Cincinnati.
Yeah. Detroit, Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with Detroit. That's an easy one.
I'm going with Detroit
Yeah, that's an
because
easy one. Um,
the Bengals are a mess without Burrow.
yeah, it's not a disaster yet. Um, but that's because the Bengals just one have a good team, two have good coaching. But it, that's gonna be a tough matchup, Detroit.
Okay,
Washington, LA, Chargers.
I gotta go with the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers.
I think they can bounce back.
I think well, one, the Chargers are they're I think they have better talent, but the Commanders, right now as it stands, Jaden Daniels will start. I'm very concerned about this defense. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed against the Falcons. That was rough to watch. And then of course no Terry McLaurin. Look, I think Jane Daniels can get by without McLaurin. I know for a fact Mariota could not. So but no, I think that the Chargers in a game that they certainly need to get right after that giant loss. Um I think that this is the game to do it. And then finally, and I have no idea why this is a Sunday night matchup, but it is 8:20, New England at Buffalo.
New England and Buff. This is easy for me. The Buffalo Bills.
Um, I'm gonna say the Bills. However, I don't like that line at 8.5. I think the New England Patriots are much better than a lot of people think, and I think they're being disrespected. I expect this to be a much closer game than a lot of people think.
And the Monday night game, the KC and Jacksonville.
Give me the Kansas City Chiefs on the road.
Hey, Mahomes looked great last week.
Mhm.
We got vintage Mahomes last week,
And
so
thank goodness, because I was kind of worried about Mahomes. Um, a lot of those losses in the first few weeks were uncharacteristic, so I'm glad that he got back on track. That he's getting back on track. Oh, we say
hey,
goodbye. We say goodbye to Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, Pittsburgh this week.
I'm going to be introducing something new here.
Ooh,
We're going to have a little fun. It's something simple, but we're going to have
okay.
a little fun here.
Look at Bill Murphy throwing a curveball on a Friday.
Okay, as you know on ESPN, they have like the ticket prices for the games. So, Reg, here's what we're going to do. What of these games you think is the cheapest game for lowest price, and what do you think is the most expensive game at lowest price?
Lowest.
Are you looking at this?
Did you want me to guess or did you want me to
I
look
want
at
you
it?
to guess. I want you to guess.
Oh, see, I misunderstood you.
Yeah,
I was looking at
I
it.
wanted you to guess.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, if I didn't look at the ticket prices, my guess would have been total guess would have been Miami, Carolina, but it's obviously not because I looked at the
Nope.
price. The most expensive, without looking at it, would have been Dallas, New York, but that's clearly not the case either. Uh,
Okay, just okay. What was your guess? Miami, Carolina, cheapest. That
yes,
tickets are
It-
low as $50 for that
yeah,
one,
right,
and for that is not the cheapest game. And for
yeah,
Dallas and the Jets, that the ticket price is low as $90.
yeah,
So it's not that.
yeah. Um,
Should I just reveal it?
well, I already know what it is, but yeah, sure.
Okay, the cheapest ticket for the lowest price is $18.
Hmm.
Tennessee and Arizona.
Yeah, that shocked me, but I shouldn't be that shocked because uh, the standard of living cost in Arizona is, I think, pretty cheap, cheaper than New York for sure.
And the most expensive
Take a look at this. Yeah.
at cheapest ticket, $277.
Isn't that outrageous though? The Phillies, it's the Phillies, the Eagles and the Broncos.
Yeah, at 277, bro. Can you believe that?
I mean, look, the Eagles are a popular team. Um, I think $277 is outrageous for a
Well, that's that.
low
It's
price ticket. Like, where do I sign for a SeatGeek? The SeatGeek app. Well, I'll probably get it at a fraction of the cost. You know,
or get it at Tick Pick, which not
that's
sponsored, by the way.
or even the scalpers. You know, I'm sure there's still scalpers out there. You know,
Yeah, but no, scalpers have been replaced by ticket sites.
sure, that's what they all say.
And the big one. Okay. Now, I want to say this last week, well, actually, beginning of this week, the NFL announced that Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime show.
Woohoo!
Have you been seeing the backlash?
It's mostly because of the racist out there. That's why.
Oh, yeah, it is. And like someone said, could we have an American halftime show with someone from America? Hey, people, Bad
Mm.
Bunny is from Puerto Rico, which is a U.S.
Oh,
territory.
okay. Oh, okay.
Don't these people know basic geography, Reg?
Okay. Well, if I just I really do want to highlight this because Billy Boy, in case people have amnesia over these halftime shows, and I know they do you want to take a look at all the non-US citizens that have appeared on the Super Bowl halftime show?
Okay, let's see. Rihanna, yeah, where's Rihanna from?
Barbados.
Okay, Shakira, she's from Colombia, I think, right?
I think so, yeah. Paul McCartney, Rolling Stones, U2,
U2, Shania Twain,
like
Ding.
Coldplay, The
Wait, where's Shania
Weeknd.
Twain
People,
from?
people forget The Weeknd. Is from Canada. So you have all these people that everyone loves. Don't get me wrong; these are all great artists that have been on the stage at the Super Bowl. Yet they're mad because Bad Bunny is playing in the Super Bowl, but yet he's an American citizen. It's about racism.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Now, I can't say totally because Rihanna's black, but like, but let's be real. Let's be real. If it's a non-US artist that can speak English, right? Or is white, totally fine. No problem. The second you get a colored person that only sings in Spanish, that's a problem. Come on now.
Oh, absolutely. And
Come
plus, I'm
on.
starting to think these people aren't too bright.
No, they're not. So just
Don't
in
they know
case,
that Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, Reg?
I mean, the fact that I mean, people should know this. Like, they go to like history class? You know, I know people learn about that Spanish American War and all that stuff. Come on now.
Absolutely.
So in any case, so if anyone tries to come at you with well, he's not American, he's not American. Hit him,
Shut up.
hit him with that halftime list. Because there are
And
plenty of
a lot
them.
of those halftime shows were good. And out of those, you know what? Here's a little bonus thing. Reg, pull up that list again.
Sure.
I'll do a little bonus for all of you. I will personally tell you which ones were good and which ones were not so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we'll go in order. Rihanna was good. I liked Rihanna's.
Loved her.
Not really my type of music, but I liked it. Shakira's was good.
Yeah,
People were complaining
Shakira,
about
but just a reminder, Shakira was the joint halftime show with J-Lo.
with J-Lo, who still look, they both still look amazing. Can we just admit that?
Oh my God, she's unbelievable. Uh,
Okay. Sir Paul McCartney. I'm a huge Beatles fan, so I really liked his halftime show.
This was iconic.
His was absolutely iconic. They
I
were
still
coming back
remember
from the
I still
whole.
remember that Hey Jude moment. Love that.
Yep. And the Rolling Stones, interesting fact, they almost got replaced at the last minute
Oh no.
because there were two controversies. Controversy number one was they wanted to play stuff primarily off their new album at the time,
Right.
but Roger Goodell said, no, play the hits.
Oh.
Roger Goodell was not the commissioner yet. He was like the number two. And he said, okay, fine. Can we play one song off our new album? I said, okay, fine, whatever, do it. And and the other controversy was because they were playing "Start Me Up in Satisfaction," which for those of you who are too dense, I can't get no satisfaction is about sex, and they were very concerned about the lyrics,
Right.
and because this was 2 years after the whole Janet Jackson thing.
Mm.
So the NFL didn't want to ruffle any feathers, so they said, "You better fix this, or we're going to go find somewhere else." And this wasn't like a month before the show, Reg. This wasn't like a week before the show, dude. This was like 3 days beforehand. And the Rolling Stones said, "No, we're not changing the lyrics." And Goodell said, "You either do it, or we're taking our business to someone else." So they made a compromise. They actually muted the mic when it got to the offensive lyrics.
Mhm.
Okay. And the Rolling Stone show, I thought it was okay. Um, U2, I think this was probably the best halftime show on the list.
Yeah.
It was the one after 9/11, and they played the song Beautiful Day. Then they did an intro of MLK, and then they did the song Where the Streets Have No Name. And at the end of the show, Bono, who's from Ireland, he had the flag stitched in his jacket, and he lifted it out like that. No one knew he had that. And also they put the names of the people who were killed in the attacks on like the screen because Bono said I wanted to show that these were real people, not just names and statistics. Okay, Shania Twain. It was her, Gwen Stefani, and Sting, who's right after that. I think Sting and Gwen Stefani were honestly the best part. Shania Twain was kind of boring. Um, Coldplay. Okay, Coldplay by themselves was good.
I did Coldplay with everyone that came up was good.
I respectfully
No,
disagree, but
no. Coldplay with everyone coming up. Come on now. Bruno was great. Beyonce was great. Come on now.
I just felt like when Coldplay was doing good by themselves, but then when Bruno and Beyonce came on, Chris Martin just looks overwhelmed. Like,
No, he was fine. It was a great halftime show.
and I just felt like the heads of the NFL were in his ear, like, Chris, do something, please, sing, dance, whatever, just do something. Um, but yeah, the weekend I thought was okay.
The problem with the weekend, there's two problems. One, it was a COVID era.
Yeah,
And
so it had to do
two,
with what they did.
yeah, and two, um, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was a great halftime show. I think if this were like a small performance, it's a great performance. Like it's still good. You can't say the weekend wasn't good. Um, it just wasn't like great. It wasn't like eye-opening. Like oh my God, this is amazing. But Weekend did an amazing job. And then Phil Collins on the list as well. His
Yeah, he was part of. He didn't get his own show. He
yeah,
was part of what was called the Disney Millennium Celebration Super Bowl 34,
yeah.
which the staging of it is very nice,
Yeah,
but because a lot of the songs that were in there were songs that were written strictly for the occasion,
yeah,
so people didn't really know what the songs were.
exactly.
So,
Another
like he played the only song that people somewhat knew. He played the song Two Worlds, which was from Tarzan that was released the year before.
yeah,
But yeah, I thought Phil Collins' performance was good in that show, but the rest of it, it was all style, no substance. It was just a shameless plug for the Disney parks.
fair enough. And then another name of note that's not on this list, The Who.
Yes, of course.
Mhm. Not U.S. citizens, by the way.
And I'll admit their halftime show wasn't great, but I give them credit because that was shortly after Roger Daltrey had vocal nodule surgery.
Right.
So I give him credit for being on stage like after that type of surgery. Because if we have any professional vocalist out there, you know nodules is like the kiss of death. If you're a professional singer, nodules are basically the kiss of death. So yeah, those are yeah, that like I said, I think people need to grow up right now and like he's a US citizen and the people who are complaining about that and like I've had people say NFL's too woke. I'm not watching the NFL anymore. Here we go
For a
again,
Latin
Reg.
artist?
Yeah, okay, I type in boycott NFL on Facebook sometimes just to see if people are still boycotting.
Yeah. No, no
And the
one's doing
boycotting they get like the Vikings, too woke, no more NFL. And now this, okay, too woke, no more NFL.
it. Yeah.
And I said this when we talked about the Vikings cheerleader, dude. Dude, I have to tell you something. I don't care.
No, yeah.
This is what's keeping them up at night. And this is what they think normal people like us are thinking.
The thing that's just so frustrating though is that, you know, you have Bad Bunny who's done an amazing job not only with the Puerto Rican economy, but the world's economy because his show sells out like it's nothing. He's a worldwide superstar. He's done so many great things for America. Um, and the fact of the matter is, it's just a shame that we have to have these type of conversations. Ice gonna be at the Super Bowl. Why?
He's a
Why?
U.S. citizen, you
Where are
dumbass.
you gonna deport him? To Florida? Oh, that'll piss off
Reg, don't
people.
give them ideas.
Yeah, let's deport him to Maine. Let's see what he's like in Maine. You know?
Would be good in Maine. Maine's a nice state. I'm sure it's a lot. I haven't been there, but I heard it's lovely.
No, no, no. You know what we should do? Let's send his ass to Hawaii. Oh my God! Wait, it's a U.S. state.
And yeah, someone who was born in Hawaii, they said wasn't a U.S. citizen. You know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, listen, these people, they're just closed-minded, and I don't like using this word liberally, Reg.
Mhm.
But I'm sorry, I think these people are just freaking racist.
And that's what it comes down to. They
They're
saw
racist.
they saw a man of color who speaks Spanish. Again, his English isn't great, but he has some of it, but mostly speaks Spanish. He's a person of color, and that's all it was. That's all it was. Look, it's a blending of cultures. It's gonna
Like
be,
we've had
we hope it's a beautiful ceremony. I don't want to say it is going to be. We hope it's a beautiful ceremony.
we've had artists of color before. We've had Diana Ross, we've had
Right. But the problem is that they're American, they speak English, or whatever the hell that these people are trying to spew, right?
yeah, so yeah, I'm done with this nonsense. I really am.
It's just so dumb. Like,
I'm just so tired of people trying to find small things, and I can't stand the freaking right wingers
mhm,
who step forward and say, this is what's bothering America. Americans are losing sleep at night because Bad Bunny's going to be the NFL halftime show.
yeah. And look,
No, we're not
and
losing sleep over
look,
this.
look,
I've been I've been losing sleep over other things, but that's not one of them. Like, the other night I couldn't sleep well, but not because Bad Bunny was the halftime show.
look. I'm not gonna understand anything he says in this halftime show, but that's
And
okay.
I'm sure they'll have like
Yeah,
English
they're
speaking
gonna,
artists.
and that's another thing that we were talking about. They're gonna have English speaking artists in the Super Bowl halftime show.
Watch, we're gonna get the same responses to this one that they got to Kendrick Lamar last year.
I mean, Kendrick was a sleeper though. Like now that I've watched it multiple times, it was pretty damn good halftime show. You know?
I don't
And
understand it. Reg,
I don't
is
get it.
Bad Bunny keeping you up at night?
No, the Yankees are stressing me out more than Bad Bunny. You know?
Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, that's what's wrong with these people, dude. They think this is what keeps us up at night. It doesn't. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to tell that. All right, Reg, I think that's our show for today.
Yep.
And also, I want to give a shout out, like I said, I gave a shout out earlier to my girlfriend Sam. Happy birthday, babe. And but also I want to give a shout out to my brother Dan and his lovely fiance Brittany. Exactly 365 days from today, they will be
Hey,
married. So
yes. Yes, we love that.
yeah, so
Love that.
yeah, exactly 1 year from today, my baby brother is taking the plunge.
Hey man, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh,
Um,
it's gonna be great.
we'll see you about a half hour or so. For Bombers banter, we'll preview Yankees and Blue Jays, and what should be a good series. Um,
And a little recap of the Red Sox series.
but we'll dive in more into the Red Sox series than we had to do because of course we had a lot to get to. Um,
Yeah. But from all of us here, again, thank you to the Dugout of Millwood.
yes,
Don't forget to check out our website at www.esportsinsanitynetwork.com. Check out our blogs, our history. Check out our podcast, available on all platforms. And don't forget to check us out here on the YouTube.
yes. Please subscribe, press that button, get all the notifications. We're always live or throwing out some type of content. Um, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you. And for those of you Yankee fans that want Bombers banter, we'll see you soon.
All right. Stay safe and take care.